Troy Meyer has stunned Jeopardy! Fans with a tremendous $46,800 victory in the second match of the 2024 Tournament of Champions Finals. The formidable pro quizzer faces fan favorite Ben Chan and the controversial Yogesh Raut for $250,000 and a Jeopardy! Masters slot. After the ToC Finals Match 1, in which Yogesh's poorly played $0 wager gave Ben the win, the stage was set for Act 2 on Wednesday. During the interview, Jennings told Troy, wearing a noticeable patterned cardigan, "Tell us about the sweater, that is a choice." Troy replied with a laugh, "Thanks for the compliment. So, my late mother worked at Saks Fifth Avenue in Cleveland for a long time. And they probably wouldn't want me to talk about this on TV. One thing the salespeople would do is hide stuff in their drawers until it went on sale." He continued, "And so my mom hid this for 6 months for me. My mom hooked me up with a lot of stuff throughout the years. I wear this sweater in tribute to her today," he emotionally concluded. By the end of the Jeopardy! Round, the scores were close, with Yogesh at $4,800, Troy at $5,800, and Ben at $5,600. But in Double Jeopardy, Troy's lucky charm clearly paid off. Yogesh doubled up to a massive $18,400 on the second daily double, which Ken shaded wasn't a guess, as Yogesh said it was. But Troy went on a hot streak to take first place and found the remaining daily double on an $800 clue, opting for an absolutely gutsy move. He bet his entire $21,800 and was correct to gain complete control of the game as the crowd went insane. Going into Final Jeopardy, it was game over. Troy had a tremendous $46,800, Yogesh had $20,400, and Ben had $10,400. Everyone got Final Jeopardy correct as Leviticus, and Yogesh was left with a huge $40,200. It didn't matter. As Ken pointed out, Troy had just amassed the highest score of the entire season going into Final Jeopardy! With a $0 wager, Troy clinched his first final win, looking beside himself with his sky-high total. Troy the Destroyer fans went insane on a Reddit thread, predicting that the pro trivia player would win the title if he keeps it up. Wow! An absolutely gutsy DD3 by Troy that worked in his favor. "I need some popcorn for this ToC Finals because this is so intense," one person wrote. "What the F***ck, I'm speechless." Troy the Destroyer. Wrote another. "Love the bet by Troy on the daily double. It's a row 2 clue and you know the daily doubles are the same, relative, difficulty of their dollar value. You have the lead and you're been handed a gift, slam that door," wrote a third. "I wouldn't be surprised if Troy polishes this off by Game 5. Stunning display from Troy. That's 2 days in a row he's posted a Corey at above 20,000 in this field of competition, that's quite something," wrote a fourth. "And it was 25,000 today, twice as high as Yogesh's. To lock down the win with that bold but logical daily double wager is the cherry on top. Exceptionally well played. Oh wow, I thought it'd be Ben lol, but I'm happy Troy prolonged the ToC," wrote a sixth. "Seems that this game's gonna go down as an all-time classic. No guts, no glory with Troy's daily double wager," wrote a seventh. "Emotional without her." Troy is a music executive from Tampa, Florida who dominated last season, earning $214,802 in just 6 wins. While he may not have had the longest streak, his entire life seemed to be leading up to his Jeopardy! Stint in 2023. Troy was raised by his single mom, Cheryl, who died in 2021, shortly before his initial run. Each of Troy's initial 6 wins saw him look up above and near tears because of her. Host Ken revealed during his streak that they shared a big love of watching Jeopardy! Together. "It was emotional up there without her being there," Troy previously told Tampa Bay 10. "She raised him as a single mother and dreamed of watching him compete," according to the outlet. She is also survived by Troy's brother, Trevor. Meanwhile, Troy still has a huge cheerleader in his wife Genevieve Sheehan, who was a contestant in 2009. They anonymously met online on a message board when she, not he, was practicing to compete. She defeated James Holzhauer on the chase. They share a son, 10, and are expecting a daughter who will be named Kenderella if he wins. Troy is the top quizzer in the United States on the invite-only online trivia club Learned League. He also humbly revealed in 2023 that he was on what is technically the world's best quiz team. He has won the online quiz league 7 times running. Fans have also not been shy in saying he looks a lot like Bill Hader. Sitting champion fans have noticed Troy sitting at his podium during the ToC finals, using a chair. Why is Troy sitting down? #Jeopardy 1x user recently wrote. Why was Troy Myers sitting during #Jeopardy tonight? Is he okay? Wrote another. I think Troy is sitting on a chair during #Jeopardy because his brain is super heavy, joked a third. While Troy doesn't owe anyone an explanation, Jeopardy bosses spoke about letting him sit when he did so during his last game in 2023. Please know any contestant is given the opportunity to have a chair at any point. We would never make people stand, and you'll see in the coming weeks we had a contestant that did choose to sit, they said. After their performance, they felt like that may be a better opportunity for them. We are not saying no, you have to stand and play, we want you to play at your very best. Sitting down is absolutely an option. 3 for All. The 2024 Tournament of Champions premiered on February 23, 2024. Previously known as the 2023 ToC, this year's throwdown was postponed from the fall due to the WGA strike, and in the meantime, past player champions wildcard and second chance contests have ensued. It finally returned with 27 contestants, the largest playing field ever. The quarterfinals, however, were utterly shocking, with the most highly anticipated contestants losing upon arrival. 21-day champ and Golden Boy Chris Panulo was defeated in a blowout to a 3-day champ, and 13-day champ Ray Lalonde lost to none other than Celebrity Jeopardy winner Ike Barinholtz. Fans called Ike's win the craziest thing to ever happen in the history of Jeopardy on social media. Ken called this year's Tournament of Champions opening round its most dramatic in history. Even Matt Amadio joked on X that losing from the first podium was getting old. Thankfully, the semi-finals were more predictable, and now we have our 3 finalists. Yogesh won 3 games and a massive $98,000 in 2023. Like Troy, he is a pro quizzer. He has a controversial history with the game show and has even had some divisive moments upon his return. During the semi-finals, he was criticized for uttering the correct response to a daily double after his opponent missed it. He drew controversy by blasting Jeopardy as unimportant and a glorified reality show on Facebook upon losing in 2023. Meanwhile, Ben is a philosophy professor from Green Bay, Wisconsin, who amassed 9 wins and $252,200 last season. Ben won all 9 of his games in a runaway fashion and is the first contestant ever to do so. The frisky college professor is a fan favorite, especially because he was plucked from obscurity into greatness compared to his trivia titan foes. Ben also lost his run on that Benedict Final Jeopardy, where a 1-letter typo ended it all. Format for finals: like the last Tournament of Champions, the finals are a first to 3 wins format. That means Ben, Yogesh, and Troy could duke it out over 3 games or up to 7. Each game, their win results in a checkmark on their podium, and 3 checkmarks will win them the title. The ToC finals are worth $250,000, which is a slot in May's Jeopardy Masters and the ultimate bragging rights. So far, Ben and Troy have 1 win each and return tomorrow night for more at 7 p.m. ET on ABC.